Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It is September 15th at the time of this go live. And a couple great things today. Number one, it's my niece Maggie's birthday today. So happy birthday to Maggie. And it's also Erev Rosh Hashanah, which means Rosh Hashanah starts tonight at sundown. If you are unfamiliar with what that is, this is the Jewish New Year. So if you have any Jewish friends, this is a big deal to us. You can wish them Happy New Year. They would love it. You can also say in Hebrew, if you like, Shana Tova. They will be super impressed by that. I spent yesterday afternoon and evening baking off round challahs for the weekend. And then as soon as I get off this show, I've got some cooking to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got dinner tonight with friends and more friends tomorrow and being in the synagogue. And again, just Shana Tova to all my friends and connections who are celebrating the holiday. Now, before we get started, I want to just ask you, if you're watching this, to go ahead and to drop a hi, a hello. Where are you watching from in the comments? This can be, are you watching me on Facebook, on YouTube, or on LinkedIn? Most of my viewers are on LinkedIn because this is my 24th day in a row going live in my commitment to 30 days of wellness lives. And so it's certainly been a fantastic experience. And I appreciate everybody who has come and commented and said hi and sent me a note and said how much they enjoyed it, or if you've shared the post and the rebroadcast, just so amazing. I want to give a big shout out to my friend and connection, Anna Granick. She and I met, a year and a half ago. She answered my request for a marketing survey interview, and I just love this woman. She's so full of energy and joy, and she actually shared one of these lives. One of her connections, who used to be a client of hers back when she was doing personal training, one of her connections saw it, contacted me, and is now working with me. How amazing is that? That's what LinkedIn is all about. LinkedIn works if you work it. LinkedIn works if you reach out and you share and you tell people, hi, this is who I am. This is what I do. So big, big, big thank you to her. I also got another great client yesterday, a gentleman here in Atlanta who is just, I'm sure you know him on LinkedIn. I enrolled his wife yesterday as a client. I am just so excited about that. And it just means a lot to me because this gentleman is very well known, knows, I imagine, a lot of people who work in the health and wellness space, yet he referred his wife to me. That is just something I am so grateful for. And I do not take it lightly. And we had this amazing conversation, and now we're going to be working together. And then I had another new client who signed up again because she wants to do my advanced class on just more about meal planning and learning more about nutrition and really making sure that she has habits that stick. Because we had a lot of things to work through on her journey. So it's just been this fantastic experience. And so again, thank you so much to everybody who's joined. And big thank you to Kathleen DePrizio. Here she is, folks. She is just the best. She's my number one fan. I guess I'll say Kathleen if you're okay with that. But she's been to every broadcast, I think, except maybe 3 or 4, and then she's watched the replays, and her feedback and her support have been invaluable. So thank you so much. And today I really want to talk about cardio because, my goodness, cardio is getting a bad rap. And I guess I can understand why, but I felt like I had to do a show about this because I love a good cardio session. I love to get a sweat on. I love to, get my blood pumping. It just makes me feel so accomplished. And I just love it. When I was my first week or two, in fact, of doing these lives, I had a very strict routine where I would get on my Peloton about 90 minutes before. I'd have a great workout with either, Alex, or the wolf pack, right, Robin, and I would get very, very pumped up and feel good. And then I'd go and I'd shower and I'd come onto my live and I'd have all the great energy. So I think cardio is fantastic. I think it gets a bad rap because people are doing it for the wrong reasons. right? We're doing it for the wrong reasons. So I want you to give me like, who has been trying to do the cardio burn multiple times? Maybe not now, but maybe in your past history, you've been burning it on the cardio, yet you haven't got the results that you wanted. Give me some fire signs in the chats or comments if you have ever experienced this, because it's very, very common, right? It's very common. And I used to be one of those people, right? I wanted to lose weight. What do? Go to the cardio, get on the elliptical, trudge it out for 30 or 40 minutes, right? And honestly, didn't really get the results that I wanted. Why? Well, clearly because my activity, my fitness workout was not in alignment with my goals. So if you're watching this, and if you're watching on replay, hello, thank you so much. Go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comments. I really appreciate it. And again, if you have comments or questions, please put them down there. But tell me, what is your current goal when it comes to your fitness routine? What are you hoping to achieve? Drop that in the comments, okay? And fire sign, ooh, thanks, Kathleen. Yeah, girl, I'm so with you. So here's the thing. Cardio is great for serotonin production, right? All those great neurotransmitters in our brain, right? That make us feel happy, that give us joy, that make us feel pepped up, that give us energy. Cardio is great for that. Cardio is what? Great for our heart, right? Our heart health, right? You want to be able to walk upstairs without, falling over. Seriously. We need to be walking more. We need to be taking our stairs. Why? It's good for our cardiac health. It's good for our blood pressure, right? It's just has so many great benefits. Now, if your fitness routine is you want to get more muscle, you want to get more lean, you want to burn fat. Almost every woman who comes to me, those are really her goals, right? She doesn't care that, she wants to be in shape and the fastest runner when the zombie apocalypse really happens, right? That's what I always tell people. Zombie apocalypse comes, especially those zombies that were in that Brad Pitt movie. What is that? World War Z. They were fast, man. They're not like the Walking Dead shamblers. Okay. So I want to be able to run. That's another reason I love cardio. So, Kathleen, what are you saying? I want to build muscle now that I have lost a ton of weight. I'm so proud of you, girl. You have lost a ton of weight, which is awesome. And yes, it's time to build muscle. Now, again, you have to think about, what is my goal? If your goal is to put on muscle, lean muscle, burn body fat, doing cardio, doing tons of HIIT, getting yourself out of breath, pummeling yourself, the trainer says you're done with the workout and you collapse with the ground and you can barely breathe, you cannot speak, you're not doing it in terms of your fat burn. And so let's talk about why, okay? So our bodies are made up of carbs, fats, and proteins, right? That's what they're made up of. So when we exercise, when we do cardio, well, let me take a step back. Carbs, what are carbs good for? Carbs give us energy. Carbs give us energy good for short bursts of movement. Carbs are also great for our brain activity. So if you've got a big meeting coming up, you got a test, you got a certification, you got to be sharp. You want to be having some smart carbs, right? Some good carbs to give yourself good brain fuel. Now, carbohydrates, there is a process in the body called glycolysis. That is the process where you are converting those carbs to energy. And again, that energy is used for fast movement, bursts of speed, right? That's what, and your heart rate, right? Your heart rate is going to go up. So when the process of glycolysis and that transfer to make it a carb to energy doesn't require any oxygen really, right? Glycolysis is a process. When you think about fat burning, fat is fuel for maybe more steady, sustained work, okay? You can breathe. You can carry on a conversation while you're doing the work. When that happens, there is a process where you're converting fat to energy. And I'm having a complete brain cramp now. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't write it down. This happens a little bit still in menopause, right? So you have glycolysis for your carbs, and then you have another process for burning fat, okay? And basically this process doesn't require any oxygen, right? It doesn't require any oxygen. So therefore, when you think about your heart rate, when you think about the activity that you're doing, when you think about how heavy you're breathing, if you're breathing really heavy and you're taking in a lot of oxygen, you're probably burning that carbs for fuel, right? Because you've got the oxygen to help with that process. If you're doing a brisk walk, you're lifting, you can still carry on a conversation. Your heart rate's more low, more controlled. I would say anywhere under, like for me, it's like 130, 125, 120 and below. That's when I know I'm using fat for fuel. And that's what we want, right? We want to burn fat. So when you think about what your goal is, if your goal is to burn fat and you're like doing a lot of intense running or a lot of intense HIIT related workouts, you're in misalignment. You're not being strategic, right? So you have to switch that up. One of the things that I've talked about this a few times on there is I've been switching up my routine. I have switched it up and I've been doing my new routine for a couple of weeks because I want to get more lean, toned, and build more muscle. That's my goal. I'm challenging myself. So what did I do? I stopped doing any of my HIIT workouts, and instead I focus on walking, I focus on Pilates, and I focus on lifting with strength, heavier weights, right? Because all of that is going to assist with fat burn, and it's going to assist with muscle development. Okay. So there's another aspect here that I want to talk about, especially when we're, women over 40, right? If you have got if your hormones are starting to change, right? Which after 40, they really are. What you want to think about is how often you're doing these very intense workouts. Because if you are starting to suffer from like a lot of inflammation and joint pain, if you are putting on weight, right? You may want to think about easing back a little bit. Why is this? So Kathleen will know this. Kathleen, I know you know what I'm going to be talking about now. So think about your hormones. Think about especially cortisol, right? So if you're doing an intense HIIT workout, right, your body thinks you're in danger, fight or flight, and it's pushing messages down your HPA axis, your hypothalamus, your pituitary, your adrenal glands, and it's giving some messages to your body. One of the messages is it pushes cortisol, woo! And so cortisol, that push says, okay, I need to pull out all the stops to get all the carbohydrates, start glycolysis, right? Get all that sugar for fuel so that I can run. It's going to pull it from every place. And carbs are stored in our brain, in our muscles, in our liver, right? So it's going to pull all those and it's going to use them. And it's going to keep calling for what? Sugar for fuel, right? So it's elevating your blood sugar. Right? The other thing that's happening is it can, in fact, depress and deplete your sex hormones, because when your body is in fight or flight, it doesn't need to worry about having babies or digesting food, right? So it shuts down those functions and it prioritizes that mother of all hormones, pregnenolone, to give all that it's got to that cortisol production. And it's not going to give a lot to what? Progesterone, estrogen, DHEA, testosterone. Right? So dysregulates your sex hormones. And what does it also do? Put stress on your adrenals, put stress on your thyroid. So if you're constantly doing a lot of HIIT workouts, that could be one of the things, maybe one of many things that could be pushing you into adrenal fatigue and developing full-blown hypothyroidism. So one of my consults that I had this week, lovely, lovely woman, and she was talking about how she did a lot, she's just not feeling good. She's gained that midsection, that middle-age spread, somebody calls it. She doesn't have energy. She's craving things a lot. And when I asked her how she's working out really hard, right? Really hard, loves HIIT, loves to get sweaty because she feels productive. She feels good. And we all want that serotonin boost. So I get it. But one of the things we are definitely going to do is we're going to adjust her workouts. Now, she can still do an intense workout, but I would definitely, number one, change the frequency of doing those workouts, and I would change the time of day that she's doing them. As an example, ladies, stop working out fasted if your heart rate is going to be over 120, 125, 130. Just stop. You're not doing your body any good. 16-8 fasts are not for you at this point in your life. Okay. You're better off fasting at night, stop eating around 6:37. I know it seems early. And then get that 12 to 14-hour fast at night. So much better for your body. Okay. When you work out fasted, and especially if you're doing an intense workout, and I used to do this all the time, right? Again, it's doing all those things. It's pushing glycolysis, cortisol levels are spiking, right? And it does all those other things that I just talked about, right? So if you do want to work out fasted, that's actually a great time to do it for fat burn. If you keep your heart rate between 110 and 120, and you're like, wow, 110 and 120? Does that seem pretty slow? Can at first, but I'll tell you, you could still get up a sweat. So for example, 2 or 3 times a week, I'll get up first thing in the morning. I'll have my lemon water with my little pinch of Himalayan sea salt, and I'll go down on my Peloton and I'll ride my bike. I'll do a low impact workout, but I still can't even follow all the cues. And I got my watch on and I'm tracking my heart rate. And I'm just steadily pedaling for say 20 to 30 minutes. It's a nice, relaxing way to get in the morning. You get a good sweat. And because I haven't had anything yet except my lemon water and my heart rate is low, so I'm not pushing blood sugar, what am I doing? I'm burning fat. That, in my humble opinion, and everybody is different, but that is the only type of fasted workout that you should do. Okay? It really is, because of the impact on your hormones, on your thyroid, and on your blood sugar. So Kathleen, I hear what you're saying. You work out fasted every morning and then you have your shake. Yeah. Have your breakfast first. I'm telling you, it's better for you. It's so much better for you. Your body is looking for carbs, right? Your body needs energy at that point. If you're going to be working out hard and elevating your heart rate, just give your body what it needs. There's better times to fast. You are putting too much strain on your body and you're negatively impacting your endocrine system. You just are, right? And these are all things that I've learned over time, right? I've learned over time. So we're 20 minutes into this. I pretty much hit everything that I want to hit. If you are just joining me now, what I'm talking about is why cardio is getting a bad name, right? And really the types of workouts you should be doing to make sure that your goal and your workout are in alignment. That's what we want to have happen, right? So if you are working out because you want to increase your endurance, you want to increase your cardiac health, you want to get all the amazing mental benefits for it, excellent. Do that. Don't do it fasted. And just watch that you're not overly pushing yourself. So like you're literally, like I used to do Tabata until I would collapse on the floor in the group exercise room at Lifetime. That's not helping. That's probably one of the reasons I was trending towards hypothyroidism. Okay. But if you want to work out to burn fat, right, to increase muscle, walking is underrated. I'm going to talk a lot more about walking. Pilates for me, I'm seeing amazing results already. I'm so much more flexible. My workouts are better. I'm able to be stronger and lift more. My mobility is increasing. I'm sleeping better. I'm seeing different definition on my abs. I've only been doing it 2 weeks. I am a huge fan of Pilates. Reformer Pilates is what I'm doing right now. So that's very hard at 3:30 in the morning. I hear you, girl. So if you are concerned about these things, you really might want to swap the timing on your routines. And I know it can be tough to do, but you just got to think about what your goals are for your short-term health and your long-term health. Okay. So anyway, this is what I want to talk about. Cardio is great. Just don't do a lot of cardio if fat loss is your goal, because that's not what cardio is for. Okay. You can burn calories for sure. That's a different conversation. I'm talking about really targeting overall fat burn on your body, right? That's when you want to do things different, right? That's when you want to do things differently. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure as soon as I hit end on this stream, I'm going to remember the process name for fat burn. This isn't ketosis that I'm talking about. It's something beta, it's something to do with oxidate. I just cannot think of it right now. These things happen, right? Welcome to perimenopause. But I will put it in the comments for you and you can look it up. I hope you found this helpful. Have a fantastic weekend. Shana Tova to all my Jewish friends. And I will see everybody back here on Monday at 12 p.m. EST. That'll be my last full week. And then I think my last event is on the following Monday. So take care, everybody. Kathleen, girl, thank you so much for joining as always. Bye, everyone.